What is going on YouTube? It is the Big K Clips 360 here. I know I haven't seen you guys in a while, but there's been a lot of shit going on. Most recently, I got a not content ID. I got a community guideline strike on one of my fucking Call of Duty Black Ops 1 like no scope video. So that was just AIDS. But getting to the point, Netflix is planning on cracking down on people who use proxies, and they label them as proxy pirates, as well as people who use VPNs or virtual private networks to access their content. Because as you guys know, Netflix is geographically restricted. For example, if you're living in Australia, you cannot access Netflix because it's just not available. It's not available for our region. So what people do to get around this is they'll either use a VPN or they'll use a proxy. A proxy or a VPN allows them to, represent themselves as, say an American, so that to Netflix it comes up to them as, oh, this guy's from the US, he can watch our shit, he can use our stuff. Now, this is a very, very big issue because, Netflix, what they're doing is they're still getting paid for the people using proxies and VPNs. Those people from Australia, they're still paying money to be able to access Netflix's features, and they're indirectly paying the movie creators as well. No one is really losing money here at all. There's no point, absolutely no point in them cracking down on them. In fact, to be honest, Netflix should have brought Netflix, the program, the application, or the streaming service. They should have brought it worldwide or whatever. I understand that they want to restrict it, they want to control who watches their content, but they've got to know that on the internet this shit's gonna happen. People are gonna find a way to access anything. If they want to access something, they will find a way, and proxies and VPNs are that way, and that's exactly what's happening to Netflix. And of course, instead of taking the smart way out and just letting it slide, because they need to let it slide here, they're getting paid here. The movie creators are getting paid, they're not losing money. The only issue is that someone who they don't want to watch the video or the movies or whatever are watching it, but they can't stop that. It's just what's going to happen. Instead of them just letting it slide, what they're going to do is they're going to crack down on it. They're going to try and stop people from using VPNs and using proxies. And look, don't even get me started. Legitimate users also use VPNs. I'm sure there's people in the United States who have real legit access to Netflix otherwise are using VPNs just because they want to have that anonymity. I'm not even going to fucking say the word. They just want to remain anonymous on the internet. There's going to be legitimate users who are going to be harmed by this. And look, people want to bring up how piracy is a distribution issue. This is a clear-cut example. If Netflix decides to crack down on people who use the VPNs and the proxies from countries like Australia, New Zealand or whatever, whoever doesn't have access to Netflix, then they're going to resort to torrenting. They will torrent the shit if you don't let them watch it on Netflix through VPNs. That's exactly what's going to happen. What does Netflix want? Do they want either they get paid or they don't get paid and the shit gets torrented and they're going to complain about it, and they're going to complain about pirates and pirating? It's a distribution issue, man. This is exactly what's going to happen if you don't just allow a clear-cut distribution. If you don't allow accessibility worldwide, this shit is going to happen, and they should have expected it. And now they're going to do this? Man, honestly, if Netflix, if this results in like a massive surge of like piracy, especially on Netflix based content, then they deserve it, man. Because this is ridiculous, man. Absolutely ridiculous. It makes no sense. No sense. They're gonna be losing money by doing this if they actually are successful. Look, you never know. Maybe Netflix won't actually be able to do it. Maybe they'll be unsuccessful. Maybe they won't be able to actually crack down on these people. But if they are, man, then they'll lose money. That's pretty much it. So anyway, guys, comment down below what you think, and thank you guys for watching. It's good to be back.